They say nice guys finish last, right? Well, the best back in the best shape of my life. Like the checks cash and now they paying the price, right? In showdowns I showcase my skills. Throw weight around, my weight in pounds tipping the scale. Shit, we taking this whole year. Catch up.
James Hergott, Radical Body Transformation. I'm in my hometown of Cobourg, Ontario at Body Logic Fitness. Let's do this, Radical Body Transformation. Let's kick ass. You know, we've got all kinds of different people that compete, but there's a lot of misconceptions about competitors, and often they get labeled as meatheads or different things, but there's a lot of really intelligent and professionals that are involved in the sport. So I'd like to introduce you to Jared. How's it going, Jared?
Hey, buddy. Good to see you.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good.
Now, Jared is off season, I should hope.
A little bit.
A little bit off season, okay. So he won't be competing until when? Like
I think
a few months? Okay.
Yeah, end of July, we're going to get back on stage and see how it goes.
Coach Jason Green, who's his coach. I understand you knew Jason Green before you got into.
Yeah, he dated my sister in high school. Really cool. It was.
And you still talk to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was one of those like 45-minute relationships in like grade 10 or something like that. So, no, I knew Greener since high school, and then we worked together.
Well, I'd like to bring in your coach because we refer to him a lot. And what is the team?
Team Green.
Team Green. Okay, this is Jason Green. Now, Jason Green is a well-known coach, and that's probably not good for his diet.
Embarrassing.
Would cupcakes be something that's typically in a Team Green diet?
Absolutely not. If you're Jared Jacob, absolutely. Kind of a one-man show.
One of the really positive things that I've heard about your reputation is you really take a individual approach to each person. Some people, it's just like a very cookie cutter for different coaches. So what's your method for each person, and how do you kind of work within that person to try and figure out what the right approach is?
I don't really subscribe to any one methodology. I mean, I'm pretty open-minded, and I'll employ whatever I need to get the client to their individual goals or whatever we've set. And that also means that I'm constantly learning and learning different modalities, different training techniques, and dieting philosophies, you name it, so that I have more tools in my tool belt. Because the body changes, right? It adapts and it gets very efficient. So every time we come into a prep, I treat it like he's a whole new client. So what might have worked last time might not work this time. So if I've got more tools in my belt to employ, then the more likelihood for success.
Gotcha.
So well spoken. So well spoken. So smart.
Does he talk to you like this normally?
Tries to. I'm a pretty smart guy, but he starts talking like this. I'm like, shh. Show me what to do.
At the Olympia Amateurs, and is going to be competing at the upcoming Arnold's, and he's knocking on pro status. And he also is doing physique. So
Yes, that's correct.
I'd like to introduce you to another Team Green athlete. This is Darnell.
How you doing?
How's it going, my man? Appreciate you coming in, and we're going to get you guys to do some shoulders together. You've obviously reached a really high level doing this. Do you have any kind of insight that you want to give to this guy?
I've learned a lot from him about being natural on stage, because he does have great stage presence. and bringing the character out.
And I'm hoping that we'll do some posing because I want to actually show the difference between what somebody looks like off season and in season. People get the misconception that whether it's bodybuilding, physique, whatever, that people look the way they look on stage all year round, and it's just it's not attainable to look that cut on stage. That's one thing, but you know, you have to have an off season and let your body recover. And Darnell, you had a baby recently as well.
Yeah,
right?
she's a year and a half, so
Okay.
4 shows since she was born, and it's been a completely changed approach,
Yeah.
and Jason is aware of that, and he tries to make my home life a little bit easier by adapting my diet and the flexibility that I have with the training. To be able, yeah, she likes to be able to get the training in, get the diet in, and still, you know, happy wife, happy life, right? So.
Well, it's interesting because there has, you know, in the community, there's been some hate or whatever you want to call it towards teams where people say, well, this is an individual sport, it's stupid to have teams. But 2 things I've noticed is, one, people that are a part of teams there's been a lot of successful people that have been part of teams. And 2, I don't think it's really, I mean, it's been a new phenomenon, and actually Team Green was one of the first ones I've heard about in terms of like actually being named a team and things like that. But if you think about it, back in the day, Arnold and Franco and all these guys who were Venice Beach, they would all help each other, they'd all work together. So even though it is an individualized sport, there's knowledge to be gained and you know, to pass on to each other. So I think it's a fantastic thing that you guys are doing this, and I look forward to it. Now we're gonna see you guys do the shoulder workout. All right, let's do this.
I think with the bodybuilding sport, the physique sport, it's a completely different approach to it because it is an individual sport. But having a team, you know, I can go talk to Jared about the struggles that I've been having with this prep, and he understands what I'm talking about. Whereas I can go talk to somebody else who doesn't do the same thing and they have no clue what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. So having teammates to go to and they understand what you're going through, it helps the process.
I have to give away some swag. Now, I can give you some clothing, but unfortunately, you're with another supplement company.
Yep.
You're with Cupcakes. So I got a memo from Cupcakes that says I'm not allowed to give you anything beyond the Cupcakes.
I understand, yeah, I understand.
So, but we did get the plug in for the Cupcakes.
Yeah, we did.
So
Yeah.
we got that going for us.
Good Cupcakes.
Hopefully Chris does not give me any trouble
Yeah, no, I
for
do.
allowing the
I
Cupcake
don't
to
think so.
be
We can
featured.
do the cupcakes.
So for you, we have some Tainted Industry pants, which we're hoping we can
make
shrink to
them
fit. Yeah.
We'll make them fit.
And we've got a Not Like the Rest t-shirt.
Yeah, let's do it.
And for you, Darnell, for coming down and helping us today, we really appreciate it. Advanced Genetics bag. Again, some Tainted swag. We got surprise pants for you too.
Nice.
Thank you.
And we got a shirt. It says, "Judge me, I'm my own biggest critic," which certainly is true in this sport.
Yeah.
And we got a pH 9 mixer, which alkalizes water, so that's a healthy thing. And we got some Muscle Builder and Flashbang, and I know Jason loves this stuff. Jason also is a Advanced Genetics guy and a shaker cup. So I appreciate you guys coming down, and thank you very much.
Thanks,
This
buddy.
has been
Yeah,
awesome.
thanks, James.
Appreciate it. Look forward to seeing your work. Today we have a guest who's coming all the way from Windsor. His name is Dave. One of his goals was he wanted to do his first bodybuilding competition in the physique division, which is, you know, really hard thing to do. So we fixed him up with an amazing coach, Valerie Miller, and he's been training with her for a little bit. And the guy looks incredible, and he's already been making gains and losses at the same time. And he's a massage therapist and just an awesome dude. I'd like to introduce you to Dave. Welcome, Dave. Thanks for coming down. What inspired you to want to do this?
I've worked out for years, and I've always been kind of stagnant, I felt. And last year I participated in an event. It was a stair climb event for a charity, and I quietly trained for it, right? And doing the step mill. And I ended up after 4 months of training, I won the whole event.
Oh,
right?
wow.
Yeah. So 290 flights of stairs in 2 hours, I did. And after that, I said, wow, what's next? I'm going to be doing the OPA Gala. I'm going to do the Masters Division physique at November 28th, I think.
Wow.
I'm 14 weeks out right now.
Okay.
I've been training specifically for this for about 11 weeks since May.
So how does it feel when you look in the mirror and you see these new changes and everything going on?
Well, it's great. Every week I take pictures, I take selfies with my camera, I set it up, and I set up my computer. And every week I chart out visually how I'm doing, see how I'm looking, and it's amazing. If I take a picture of what I look like now and back then, I just look like a totally different person. So it's incredible to see, when I go through the grind every day of eating and doing the workouts that we're doing, and see it pay off.
That's wicked. Well, I would like to introduce Valerie. Thanks, Valerie, for coming down.
Thanks, James.
So when somebody comes to you and they have like a specific goal, like they're going to do a show, what's kind of the process that you go through, in order to assess them and kind of come up with a battle plan for them?
First thing I need to do is I need to just find out their background, like how long they've been training, any athletics that they've been involved in, just so I can understand like their muscle underneath, what they're used to working, what they do all day long, how many hours they're up, what their diet consists of at the moment. Each week when he sends me his updates, we make little minor adjustments to make sure he's constantly improving. So as you had spoken before, he's made tremendous gains in his structure. We tried to fix proportions with him and bring up his weaknesses, which is definitely happening, as well as get him leaner. So his body fat was at a good 8% right now.
Incredible,
so,
wow.
Yeah, we do a 5-6 day cycle in the gym with weight training, a little bit of cardio. His food, actually his metabolism has increased substantially, so we've been constantly giving him more food during the week, and then he's been getting 1 cheat meal a week right now.
Well, it's great. I cook once a week, all my meats and everything once a week. I have it all in the fridge, and every morning it's like an assembly line. I put it all together, bring it to work.
Absolutely. Well, one of the reasons we're at the Core Strength 1 facility here is we want to show people a different way that aren't your traditional things that you can do at a gym with, weights and that. We're bringing in a specialist in terms of training and stuff like that. And his name's Rory. He's representing Core Strength 1, so I'd like to introduce Rory. Hey Rory, come on in. Squeeze on in.
All right.
There's lots of different ways I could see that you could do flexibility and conditioning and stuff like that. Talk about like the types of exercise you could do on here that would build strength and lean mass and things like that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the benefit to the Core Strength 1 unit is that you can do everything from your warm-up stuff where you're just getting your body ready for movement all the way up to, we can do some heavy resistance stuff. Now, I know talking to Dave earlier, trying to formulate kind of what his plan is with Valerie and trying to figure out how we want to approach it. It's how are we going to tackle all the things that he needs to achieve. And knowing he's going into competition in November, as you kind of shift towards that and you get right into that kind of competition mode where, you're the day or two before and you're trying to get that vascularity and you're trying to lean out a lot and drop your water and all that stuff, it's a great way to start incorporating in more isolated cardio on it. So we might do things that isolate the arms or isolate the shoulders so that we build in that ability to burn high calories, burn a lot of fat, and still get the results that we want to get without having to, walk on the treadmill for an hour and a half and kill all that time. We can try to get it into a nice 10-15 minute workout.
I'm excited to see this today and to see what you can do with the Core Strength 1. And but before we get started, we already hooked you up with an Advanced Genetics shirt, and you look so good in it. We didn't make you take it off. And Tainted Industries also is giving you some shirts, so go with that. Let's get started.
Dave, how did you feel after that short little workout?
Yeah, I feel great. It was a lot harder than I thought. When we went around the second time, I was having a good time. Everything's burning right now. My shoulders are burning, and I feel so pumped right now.
Yeah. So we were just saying after a show, for instance, or prior to a show, doing this type of circuit to get yourself, I mean, look at the veins popping out every angle. you can imagine. So imagine, you know, cutting down a little bit more. Can you see using this piece of equipment as a piece?
It'd be a great addition to what I do now, and especially the last while, just getting the blood flowing, pumping in. And like I say, I'm just burning up right now.
Yeah, awesome. Well, good job today, man.
Thank you.
Murray Urquhart here for the Radical Body Transformation. We are in Kingsville, Ontario. We're here at HowFit to visit Jaymie Sawyer. So why'd you follow me? He was a guy who's around 300 pounds, out of shape, a lot of health issues in his family. So he decided to change his life around. So without further ado, Jaymie Sawyer. What's going on, Jaymie?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So tell the audience, like why'd you start doing this?
A couple years ago, my dad had his second heart attack. 2 heart attacks in 13 years. You know, and not exactly the smallest guy in the world. I love him to death, but you know, I didn't want to have the same health issues as him. I didn't want to show that to my children. I want my kids to grow up and be healthy, and it just really kickstarted me into being fit. That was my big Kickstarter.
So how old were you when this actually happened? When it actually kind of thought came to you and said, I'm going to get in shape?
I was about 27 years old, you know, so I'd been truck driving for about 8 years at the time. Seeing that happen and seeing where my life was headed, 27, still pretty young. You know? I got a lot of time to improve myself, so that's why, you know, that was the time. That was it.
Now, were you, at the time you started to train, were you still truck driving?
Yes, yeah, I was still truck driving at the time. I was actually a recycling collector at the time. Okay. I was working 12 hours a day, 13 hours a day out by myself in the truck throwing recycling, 5:30 in the morning till sometimes 7 o'clock at night. Then, you know, come home, eat a couple meals or eat one meal and out to train for a couple hours. I had to be really dedicated, but lost a lot of time with my kids, but I think it's worth it. And I think they're going to see the benefits of it as they get older.
Now, there's a lot of truck drivers out there. So what advice would you give to them if they want to get into fitness and bodybuilding? What was something you would say to them and say, listen, I understand it's hard, but you know, if you do this, if you take these steps, you can also achieve your goals.
You just got to prep. Everything's prepping. You know, you got to make sure your meals are ready. Bring them with you. Bring your meals with you. Stop at those gut rot truck places. They're terrible for you. There's nothing on the menu that's good for you. I don't care what they say. You know, you got to set time aside for yourself. You have to. You're in that truck 14 hours a day. It sucks. I get it. You're mentally strained. But when you get home, do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, do something. Get active. Go for a walk. Make it active for your whole family. Get everybody involved. Have that support system for you. That's the best thing you can do.
All right, so you have another show coming up, and how long do you have?
Just under 15 weeks out.
Okay.
So June 5th and 6th in Toronto.
And I understand you have a coach.
Yes, my coach here is Dan.
Dan?
Dan.
Jaymie, what's going on?
Dan, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, so Dan, tell us about this guy. What do we want to do? What do we want to work on? Let's talk about strengths. Let's talk about weaknesses.
All right, well, today we're going to be doing some back and biceps. We want to work on just getting a thicker back, a little bit more pop in the back, work on some forearms. It's always good for the back. Working a bit of extra grip work. This guy's strengths, I mean, he used to be 300 pounds. He's the heart of a lion. He works his butt off all day. So that's, you know, he has a goal. He's working towards it. I'd say that's his biggest strength right there is the motivation, the passion.
Any particular exercises we're actually going to do to target the back and the butt?
Yeah, so we're gonna do a lot of supersetting. So we want to hit the lower lats and then work the upper traps, rhomboids area. I found with Jaymie that's what's working best right now. Okay. Working the upper back in after everything else to get a bit extra pop for that. So.
Okay. All right. So also to help him on his journey, Chris Johnson from Advanced Genetics has brought you a little treat bag. So in here we have Flash Bag, which is your pre-workout. It's about 200 milligrams per capsule. So like you said, you know, depending on how sensitive you are to caffeine, one might be sufficient at first. So we got your GP3 Evo, which is your creatine and beta alanine, helps you with recovery and muscle growth. Have your shaker cup, advanced shaker cup. Nice. And also, we have our pH 9 generator, which alkalizes your water for you.
Very nice. Thank you very much.
Not a problem at all. And of course the bag.
The bag.
And also as well, we also have some tainted gear for him. We just have to get the proper sizing for him and stuff like So when that comes in, you also have that.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right, well, let's get started.
Sounds like a plan.
James Hergott here. I'm with Darnell, Radical Body Transformation at the Arnold Expo. Darnell, we filmed you with Jason Green. It was hilarious, the whole thing with him and Jared. You know, you competed this weekend at the amateurs, and for those of you who don't know, that's a very hard contest because you have people from around the world competing, and you placed second in physique, which is phenomenal. Tell me about the experience. What was it like to play second? What was it like to be on stage? How do you feel right now?
It was a crazy experience. You know, being out in such a large crowd on a big stage, it was amazing, once in a lifetime opportunity. Very fortunate to have it. The competition, to be honest, I was completely nervous when I saw those guys. But I told Jason Green, I told him, man, these guys are big. Like, I've never seen guys like this before. And he said, don't worry about it, you're big too. So it kind of calmed me down a bit. I got backstage, put my hoodie on, sat in the corner, wait for the appropriate time to start warming up and pumping up. And from then it was on. Once I hit the stage, you know, kind of like turn that competition mode on and you go at it, right? So
yeah,
it was a great experience. Great experience.
Very impressive. Congratulations again on your win.
Thank you.
And thank you for being part of the show. And we look forward to following you up with you at Nationals and kicking some ass.
Thank you, man.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
All right.
Appreciate it. That is Radical Body Transformations, and we are out.
Product of the week is TestX, the world's most powerful anti-aerobitizing test booster. If your estrogen is high and testosterone low, there's no way you can bring your A game to the battlefield. Time to add TestX to your arsenal. TestX uses a unique combination of natural cutting-edge ingredients to boost testosterone while at the same time lowering estrogen. The result is increased lean mass, gains in strength and power, elevated libido, and sexual performance. Field tested, science proven. Hoorah!
Hoorah! James Hergott here with Radical Body Transformations, and I am with Jaymie Sawyer. Now, Jaymie is an incredible story. He lost how much weight?
About 140 pounds.
140 pounds, and now he's entering this contest in physique. Not only is he entering this contest, but he's entering provincials, which means he made it through at the regional level, so he got to the next level, which is provincials, and man, that's a huge thing. I mean, I heard there's like 600 competitors at this event.
Yeah, it's insane.
So talk to me a little bit about like what sort of regimen or diet that you followed in order to lose that weight.
Just eating clean, you know.
Yeah.
Always,
What's clean?
Staying away from sugars, added sodium, making sure I'm drinking enough water every day, 4 liters or more. Mostly chicken, fish, or rice, brown rice, broccoli, that sort of thing. I eat simple. I like to keep it simple.
And so what advice would you give to somebody that might be at home watching this and they're overweight and they're self-conscious about themselves and they frankly may have given up and think, you know, I put on too much weight, it's too late for me, I can never look like this. What would you say to those people?
It's never too late.
Yeah.
It's never too late. I'll be 31 this year. I didn't start my life until I was 28 years old. That's when I started, you know, really decided to start losing weight and become healthy. It's never too late. You just have to take that first step.
When you lose that much weight, you have like excess skin and all that kind of thing. What was the process with that? Like, did it just take time, or is there a way you can tighten that up, or what do you do with that?
It's just taking time, you know. It's still a little bit there, but it's taking time. I guess I'm young enough still that it's still a little elasticity in my skin, so it's slowly coming down. I'm sure eventually I'll get surgery to remove it so that I can maybe one day compete in bodybuilding. That's the ultimate goal, but you know, you just got to give the process time. You can't just hope think it's going to happen overnight.
So you've got your advanced genetics bag already. Yep. That's cool. Well, we got some other stuff for you.
Awesome.
So I hooked you up with a bag of Popeye stuff. We got some more clothes, some more supplements in there.
Pump up.
I'm gonna have to pump up. I gotta. Okay, we got a Cyclone cup for you.
Awesome.
I don't know what you think of the color white. There was a process of elimination.
That works for me.
And so Popeyes of Durham has hooked you up with a bunch of different supplements and things like that. So, and on top of that, a birdie told me that you like peanut butter. So Be Up Bars has given you some peanut butter bars for your after your show as a congratulations for even making it here. And they're healthy bars and all that kind of stuff, but you know, tasty as well. So
all right.
We really appreciate you being on the show, and congratulations on all of your weight loss and making it here. That's exceptional.
Thanks, James.
All right, let's check out how this guy does and follow all the action. With Jaymie, who just came off stage. Incredible packed lineup. Every year the show gets bigger, more people. I don't even know how they decide. There's just so many guys out there, all ripped up, all looking good. It's apples and oranges. It's hard to decide, but how did you feel about being out there and the experience?
I loved it. I'm having fun, I'm enjoying the crowd and seeing everybody out there and what everybody's done. It's amazing. It's an amazing experience.
Yeah, incredible energy and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Are you hungry for anything right now?
Oh, I want some Domino's pizza. I'm dying for some Domino's pizza.
Well, we'll be looking for a check from them now. But I think that it's amazing what you've accomplished. Where do you go from here? I know you're training your clients and doing different things. What are the upcoming goals for you now?
I'm gonna obviously stay healthy, stay in shape. I'd really like to dabble in some mixed martial arts, maybe some kickboxing, and eventually get back into it with bodybuilding. I'd really love to do bodybuilding. It's the ultimate goal for me.
Well, here's a guy that can do anything. He can lose 150 pounds. He wants to do bodybuilding. Now he wants to do kickboxing. And you know what? I can't bet against you because I've never lost that much weight. So anybody that sets their mind to something and is that disciplined definitely has determination. So, we are excited for your future and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, James.
All right, awesome.
Been a pleasure.
Today, I got a first for competing and getting up there and having a good time. Yeah, I'm happy with maybe because I knew my family was here, and there's a lot of people that I knew here, and looking back at the pictures before and thinking, oh, I can improve here and improve here, but I can't improve this quickly. So, I'm out there and just smile, and that was probably the most difficult thing, is just go out there and smile. as silly as that sounds, right? But yeah, I was a little more nervous, and just doing pacing around, trying to pump myself up to get out there. Really, I'd work my day, sometimes 12 hours, go home, be with my little girl, my wife, everything like that, and then I'd leave for the gym at 9 o'clock at night. Come home all ramped up from the gym, get 5 hours sleep every day. After about 2 months of doing that and just being grumpy and missing out on life, I changed my work schedule, so 3 days a week. During work, I could go during work, and two nights a week I could go at night, and that was okay. I seemed to manage that better, and made sure I cooked all my meals like once a week, all the meat on the barbecue, and made me a better planner for sure to integrate this all into my life, so it didn't destroy or didn't take away from family or didn't take away from work. I just blended my schedule in to work for this, and it all worked out in the end.
with Darnell, who we've been following for a long time, way back Coburg. Then we were out in Ohio, filmed out there. You came in second. You've been in contention for a long time. You finally got first place. How many guys were in your class?
I believe there was 24, 25 guys.
That's crazy. I mean, just seeing all the guys that they're like, these top 5 stay here, the rest of you off. It was just crazy. And let's face it, everybody looked great. I mean, it was amazing. Do you have any immediate plans on what you want to do?
No plans right now. Just enjoy the class win. Eat a little bit and then try to strategize for the coming year. Next year.
I mean, to come number 1 out of 24 guys that are the best in Canada is an incredible achievement.
It is, and I'm happy about it. I'm thrilled about it. So.
How did you feel going into this morning? And
I felt good, felt confident. It's my best I've ever looked. So next time we'll try to bring the same package.
Was there any specific things that you wanted to do this time versus the Arnolds to improve upon?
Yeah, there was a few things after looking at the Arnold's pictures that I wanted to work on. I wanted to bring my chest in a little bit bigger, a little bit more shape up top, which I was able to achieve. So we'll keep on working. You're never going to have the perfect physique. Keep on working. If you ever get satisfied with how you look, then there's something wrong with you, right? Like there's never a perfect physique. You got to keep on working on it. So.
Well, on top of that, even when you turn pro, now you're up against a bunch of other pros, so there's always another level, right? Because then you want to be in the Olympia, then you want to win the Olympia, so there's always that next goal. But I mean, this is tremendous. Congratulations to you, and you know, we're so excited to be having followed you in this journey and for you to have achieved this height of success.
Appreciate it.
I'd like to present you with some bars from one of our sponsors. So you're allowed to eat these now.
Thank you.
So thank you very much and congratulations.